Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Under Your Nose. Today, we're going to be talking about the need for you to nullify now. Okay, Arizona lawmakers are seeking to enact legislation nullifying unconstitutional federal deployments of the Arizona National Guard. Okay, Arizona lawmakers, what they're doing is they're seeking to enact this legislation, right? Nullifying unconstitutional federal deployments of the Arizona National Guard. It's House Bill 2320, or HB 2320, titled the Defend the Guard Act. It's sponsored by Representative Alexander Culloden, Representative Scottsdale, and co-sponsored by 9 other representatives and 1 senator. It would prevent combat deployments of the Arizona National Guard by the federal government in the absence of a declaration, congressional declaration of war, or another constitutional reason in accordance with Article 1, Section 8, Clause 15 of the U.S. Constitution. In the bill's legislative findings, it declares this: although the United States Congress has not declared war in over 70 years, the United States has since gone to war repeatedly at the whim of the executive branch. When unconstitutional actions are taken by the federal government, it is the proper role of the states themselves to take action to remedy the situation as outlined in the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions of 1798. Now, according to the 10th Amendment Center, over 650,000 National Guard troops have been sent to foreign conflicts since 2001. And 45% of the total U.S. forces sent to Iraq and Afghanistan have been National Guard or Reserve troops. If Arizona and other states prohibit unconstitutional National Guard deployments, the federal government's participation in these foreign conflicts would be severely hampered, therefore limiting the federal government's ability to further entangle the U.S. in any undeclared wars overseas. Such a limitation on the federal government's ability to carry out an internationalist and interventionist foreign policy would be consistent with the wisdom of the Founding Fathers. In his 1796 farewell address, President George Washington affirmed, "It is our true policy to steer clear of permanent alliances with any portion of the foreign world." President Thomas Jefferson reiterated the same policy in his first inaugural address, advocating for peace, commerce, and honest friendship with all nations, entangling alliances with none. Now, what's the importance of this? HB 2320 is an excellent application of Article 6, remember we've talked about that, of the U.S. Constitution, which states, "This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, shall be the supreme law of the land." Since the federal government's engagement in endless, undeclared wars, subversion going back decades, violates the U.S. Constitution, it cannot be considered in pursuance thereof, and thus it is not the supreme law of the land. Unfortunately, over the last several decades, thousands of unconstitutional laws on the federal, state, and even local levels have been created and enforced. Because of this, state legislators have a duty to rein in unconstitutional wars and robustly enforce the Constitution and only those laws and actions in pursuance thereof. HB 2320 is an excellent model for other states to follow. Urge your state representative and senators to support the passage of HB 2320 and to push back against all other unconstitutional laws at every level